Now let's continue. Take a video. This video is an introduction of the source panel. Some of you may have noticed that this is a knob. From here, if you go to the dimming light page, when you move this knob, it can dim up and dim down the lights. And if you go to the AC page, when you move this knob, can adjust the temperature. And if you go to the setting page to set a shortcut, when you move it, it can trigger something and some channels. And this is actually, it can be used with a camera. You can move this button to hidden the camera or open the camera. And that's all about the interface of the panel. But this is not the biggest selling point of the panel. This is just about panel, but the power interface. Let me go to. Its power interface can be used as a gateway. You can see it have a Zigbee power interface, Bus Pro power interface.
فتح عندنا في مصر.
Sorry. Let's see. Actually, the power interface can be used as a gateway. Later, I will introduce this. So if you want some quick control, you can make it. Click this heart-shaped button and it will be added to the home page, so you can create a shortcut. And unlike other panels of HDL, source panel can call each other. Then, for example, you have a big project and you buy like 3 source panel from us and installed in that project. When you bind the source panel with the same project, and then it means the source panel are in the same network, under the same network, and then you can go to its call page to call each room. So for example, if it's just an apartment and have 3 rooms, each room have a source panel, then they can call each other. Just put them in the same network and bind them with the same project. Later I will show you how to bind them. And because this source panel is link protocol, and so it can support Bus Pro, KNX, Bus Pro Wireless, and Zigbee system. If you are a very old friends of us, you may have devices from our Bus Pro, KNX, and Bus Pro Wireless. If you want to use them all, then you can just buy a source panel and buy the device from different protocol and make the same wiring. Then they can work together. So you will not have the dilemma of choosing different system. This situation always happens. For example, you like the dimmer in Bus Pro system, and then you also like the relay in KNX system. In the past, as we don't have link protocol device, then we cannot link these two systems together. But now we have source panel and link gateway, then they can work together now. You can see this panel is this is the panel. The panel itself actually is a gateway. It's a ZigBee gateway. And then it will have different power interface. If you buy a Bus Pro interface, then it's a Bus Pro gateway actually. And if you buy a KNX gateway, and then it's a KNX power interface, then it's a KNX gateway. And for if you just like to use ZigBee system, the power interface just to give support power to the panel. So now you can, okay, so for example, if you are in Southeast Asia and you are using ZigBee devices, then this panel without any power interface like this is already a ZigBee gateway. And if you want to give the panel power, then you just buy a ZigBee power interface. You can see here, it's a ZigBee power interface. And then give it power, and the power is 220 volts. And connect it with an Ethernet cable and install the power interface with the panel. Then it can be a ZigBee gateway. And then if your system is a Bus Pro system and you want to use it with your system, then you can just buy a Bus Pro power interface. And then actually this Bus Pro power interface is a gateway. And because the panel itself without the power interface is already a ZigBee system, so if you buy a Bus Pro power interface and install it like this, then this panel with the power interface can support two protocols. One is ZigBee protocol, because the panel without the power interface is a ZigBee gateway now. So with this, if you install like this, then it supports two protocols. You can see in my picture here, I just connect the power supply port and the COM port, but I didn't connect the D plus and D minus. It is used, for example, you already have a Bus Pro system installed in that project, and later you just want to use the panel. You don't want to use this panel's power interface as a gateway, so you can just disconnect D plus and D minus. Just use this port, this power 24 volts port and COM port. Just give power to the panel and then connect it with Ethernet cable or use Wi-Fi. But we always recommend you to use Ethernet cable. And then use OnPro to scan the QR code of the panel. Then it will be bound with the project and then it can be used. But if you want to save some money, you want to use this panel and this power interface as a gateway. So you no need to buy a gateway. So you can connect this 24 volts port, COM port, D plus and D minus. And then if you have relay and dimmer, just connect to this port. Connect them hand in hand. And then it can form a whole system, Bus Pro system as well. So that depends on you. And for KNX power interface is the same, but the KNX power interface, you have to give it an auxiliary power. And this is the KX port, and this is the Ethernet cable port. I want to check if I'm clear about this part, because you have to learn it and later we can proceed. So, am I clear about this part? Okay, if you have questions, please send to the chat box and let me know. So now you understand, if you use different system, you can choose different power interface. But the Zigbee power interface, just this power interface, just give power to the panel, because the panel itself is a Zigbee gateway. Okay, now let's tell you guys about you can see if I just buy a source panel and then use the Zigbee interface, and then this panel will be served as a panel and also a Zigbee gateway. And the Zigbee devices will connect to the Zigbee panel through the Zigbee signal, and then connect this panel to the router, and also use upload to the cloud and upload data to OnPro. And if I want to use it as a Zigbee and the Bus Pro system, I can buy a source panel and buy a Bus Pro power interface, because the panel itself is a Zigbee gateway. So I can match the Zigbee device through Zigbee signal, because Zigbee is a wireless one, and then connect the Bus Pro device hand in hand, and also connect to the router. And then if former system can work with Zigbee device and Bus Pro device. So if you are clear about this, and then if I want to use the Zigbee system with KNX system, then just do the same. Just buy a KNX power interface. So that's how to use it with different protocol. And then, because you can see here, it supports to install two power interface, one here and another here. So if you want the panel to support 3 systems, then you just buy 2 power interface. And then now this Zigbee system, Bus Pro system, and KNX system can be worked together. And if you use the source panel as a gateway, then it is the same. If it works as a Bus Pro gateway, then there are more than, as the Bus Pro gateway can only hold 64 devices. So when there are more than 63 devices connected to the source gateway, it is necessary to add a link gateway to expand the number of supported devices. And if you're making wiring, position 2. If you want to use Ethernet cable, please connect to position 1. Only position 1 can connect to Ethernet. You can see. This is position 1 and this is position 2. If you want to use Ethernet cable, please install the panel in here. The power interface in the middle. This is position 1. Only this position can support the Ethernet cable. So it's very important. So that's all about the wiring, and it's easy if you already know our system. Okay. Yeah, I saw you raise your hands. Do you have some questions to ask me? Let's see. Can and no.
Hi.
Yeah,
Hi,
yeah.
Michelle.
Yeah, hi.
Can I connect all protocol together?
Pardon, connect what together? Sorry, pardon, I can't hear you.
Can you connect all protocol together, KNX, ZigBee, and BuzzPro
Yeah,
at the same
yes.
time?
Yes, I have listed here. You can see just needs to buy a Bus Pro Power interface and the KNX interface. You can connect all together.
In the same time?
Yeah, in the same time. This is how to use 3 systems all together.
Okay, thank you, Michelle.
My pleasure. ZigBee, because ZigBee is not a standard protocol like KNX, it's not that open as KNX. Each company will have ZigBee protocol, but each company will have their own private thing. So ZigBee protocol is not as open as KNX, so you cannot add ZigBee device from other brands. Only HDL ZigBee device. Okay. So that's how to select the panel and making the wiring. It just needs to, and currently ZigBee only sell in yes, Ethernet and Bus Pro can add together too. Yes, you can see in here. I already make a wiring because I just want to use the panel as a panel. I don't want because I already have a Bus Pro gateway. So I just connect this and make the Ethernet cable here. So you can have Ethernet. And if I want to use it as a gateway, I just connect this 4-port and the Ethernet cable. Of course, they can add together. And if it's a please remember this. If you want to use it as a gateway or panel, we always recommend you, even though this panel supports Wi-Fi, but we always recommend you to use Ethernet cable. Okay. And as I mentioned in here, this system also supports Bus Pro Wireless. So some of you will raise up questions like that. So now let me explain. If you buy a bus, let me draw it. So if you already have, let me list the situations. If you already have a project, Bus Pro project, okay. So you can already have a Bus Pro project, and this project is using our Bus Pro gateway. Using our Bus Pro gateway. Already Bus Pro gateway. And you are using OnPro now. OnPro, this is the project you have. And later, the owner call you, he wants to add a source panel. So you don't want to use the source panel as a gateway because you already have a Bus Pro gateway. Then it's okay. You can buy a Bus Pro source panel, and as you don't want to use it as a gateway, so you can select just a Zigbee power interface, because the Zigbee power interface just give power to the panel interface. Then use OnPro to scan the QR code of the source panel, but the source panel have to connect to Ethernet, okay? And then use OnPro to scan the source panel. Then bind the project. All the devices and all the functions you upload to OnPro will appear in source panel. So that's, and if you don't want the Zigbee power interface, and you can buy a Bus Pro power interface. But as you don't want to use it as a gateway because you already have a Bus Pro gateway, then please do not, just like I'm doing, do not connect the D+ and the D- port. So just connect the 24 voltage and COM port to give power to the panel, and also Ethernet. And then it can work as well. So that's, you already have a project. And the situation, and then another situation is you have a brandly new project. You have a brandly new project. You have a new project, brand new project. Brand new project. And you don't want to buy a gateway. Because for saving some cost, for cost effective, then you can buy if it's a Bus Pro project, then you can buy our source panel and add the Bus Pro power interface. Okay, and if your project already, this is situation 1, brand new project, and it's a Bus Pro wired system. Okay, then just a source panel plus Bus Pro power interface. This is situation 1. But if you have a new project, okay, let me copy it, save me some time. You already have a brand new project, and you want to apply it with this Bus Pro wired system and the plus wireless system. Bus Pro wireless, we have Bus Pro wireless as well. So you can buy a source panel and also a Bus Pro power interface, and then all the wireless devices, all the wired devices connect to the Bus Pro power interface, of source panel. And because you also have wireless system, right? You also have wireless system. Then you need to buy our wireless mesh gateway. buy a wireless mesh gateway and add the wireless Bus Pro wireless devices. Bus Pro wireless devices. And then make the Bus Pro power interface. Make the Bus Pro wireless these two power interface. Bus Pro wireless power interface. This Bus Pro wireless power interface and also the wireless mesh gateway connected to the same router. Connect them to the same router so they will be in the same network. And then use this, add all the functions to the source functions in Studio software and upload to OnPro. And later, when upload to OnPro, then scan the QR code of the source panel to bind the project, and then it can work as well. So that's how to use it with our Bus Pro wireless connected to the same router. After connected to the same router, just go to the Source 7 panels function page in Studio and add all the functions and upload to OnPro. Then can work. So that's how to work with our Bus Pro wireless system. It's quite easy, right? Okay, so that's the difference between them. And if it's a brand new project, you don't want to buy a gateway, but it is KNX system. Okay, but it is KNX system. If it's KNX system, then just a source panel plus KNX power interface. Because the KNX power interface is a KNX gateway. So it's just like a gateway, can work like a gateway. And if it's a brand new project and it's a ZigBee system, then just you don't want to buy a gateway, then just buy a ZigBee power interface. Okay. So are we clear about this part now? Okay. Okay, let me wait 3 minutes. If you don't have questions, then we can go to the configuration. First of all, I want you guys to figure out the wiring, because when you know the wiring, you know how to select the source panel. Yeah. I saw you raise your hands, my friend. Can you tell me if you have questions about this part? Okay, guys. So that's very easy, right? You guys are very smart, so no question about this part. Then we can move to talk about its wiring. It's also very talk about its configuration. It's also very easy. Just you have to log in Studio and then create a project. Go to the project list. You can click here to add new. And by if it's because I have tested, I want to use this project as an example, so I just open it. Use the Studio's data. And then open this project, click search. You can see this is my source panel and I can click add to my project. Okay, now it has been added to my project. Because this, let me talk it as situation 1. If it's just a situation 1, you can see in my training box, you imagine I already have a project. So I no need to go to the Studio software because I already have a gateway and I have make the programming and then upload to OnPro. So I can go to my source panel. To turn on it, when power on it, you have to select language. And because you are not in China, please always select Bahrain server. And then you click Start a Smart Life. It will pop up a QR code. Then you just go like this, QR code. And then please go to your source panel, go to your OnPro, click Individual, and click the Personal Center. Then use the scan QR code, and then it will be bind with the source panel. But if it's situation 2, you use the source panel as a gateway. Okay, now let me show you. So in my project, let's imagine I don't have this BusPro gateway. I just have a source panel. Use the source panel as a gateway, and then I can make the configuration for my dimmer, like all my RGB lights, my everything, relay, shading, and so on. Make the configuration. And then go to function page. Click, this is my source panel. After I make the configuration of all the other devices, AC and everything. Because today's training is not about configure all other devices like dimming and so on, so I just mentioned it. After I finish them all, then go to my source panel, go to basic page, select MQTT, and select Bahrain server. For all of you, you guys are our overseas clients, please always select Bahrain server. This China gateway is for Chinese people. Test is for our engineer, for HDL engineer to do test. For HDL, so if you are making test at home, please do not select this. This is for HDL engineer. So select Bahrain gateway here, and then click Save. Select it as a master, and then click Save. And then click Bind Gateway. So when the gateway binds successfully, you can go to the function page. Add all the functions you have made. You can see when I click Bind Gateway, the home ID, gateway ID, all will appear. And click function page. Click the Add BusPro function. Then select all types of functions I want to add. Color temperature like this. Click confirm add. And the AC. Add the AC. And the air dry contact. Oh, no, sorry. And light scene and everything. Add all the functions I need here. And then click upload. Then it will upload to OnPro. Then I can go back to this page. Go to OnPro. Go here, upload to OnPro, and then go to this scan QR code and go to the panel to scan this QR code of the panel, and then it will bind together. All the functions you upload, you select in here and upload to OnPro will appear in both OnPro and also in source panel after you bind it. So that's how to do the commissioning. No. Sorry, it cannot be powered via PoE injector because it doesn't. You can see you have to give power to it. This is Zigbee power interface, and this is Bus Pro. Also KNX. It's not through PoE. Because you have to use it as a gateway, so not through PoE. As a gateway, it must have data exchange with other devices, so not through PoE. You have to do the data transmission. So when you get the source panel and use it as a gateway, the only first step is to select MQTT, barring server, and make it online. And make it online. Bind the gateway, apply secret key, and so on. Make it online. Then you will have. It's offline now. If it's offline, when you click upload data to the upload data to OnPro, it will not upload successfully. It will only work after it's online, so it will upload successfully. The connection of the gateway and the cloud. You have to bind it and make it okay. Now it's online now. When it's online, the first step you go to here, make it online, and then go to function page, add the functions you want. Then it can work. So that's how to use the source panel. And this is the driver. And the device scene here is the scene you make in your DALI gateway and so on. You can click here to add to the gateway. You can see here I have a warm scene and cold scene and spring scene. I click add. This is the device DALI module. When I click add and click save, it will be automatically appear in the device scene. And when it appear here, I want it to be able to display on OnPro. And later, when I bind with source panel, it will be moved to source panel. Enable this and click save. And then upload. When I upload it, it will be uploaded to my OnPro. And then I use my OnPro to scan the QR code of the source panel. Then these functions will automatically appear in the function in function page and also in device scene will appear in my OnPro. So that's how to do the programming of Bus Pro system. So it's easy if you already know how to use a Studio. Okay. Am I clear about this part about the Bus Pro gateway? And later I will show you guys about how to make it with the KNX system. Okay, seems no question. And then this is about a bus flow project, and that's the way to do it. And just guys, hey, now let me delete all other device. Just leave my source panel here. And now it's a brand new situation. Let me delete all this and tell you guys. Okay, now guys, let's imagine. Let me also delete this. This is the Bus Pro system. Okay, now, hi guys. Let's imagine this training in August is a KNX project. It's a KNX project. And I am this is a KNX project, so I just buy a KNX power interface and the source panel from HDL. And if I use it as a gateway, use this source panel's power interface as a gateway, and I already connected all the device to the source to here, like other KNX device. If you are your company always making a KNX system, so pay attention to this. If it's a KNX device, and my KNX relay, dimmer, FCU, and so on to this port, I already finished the wiring. Then, if you want to do the configuration about the KNX device, like relay, dimmer, and FCU, please, because as some of you may know, KNX is a standard and open protocol. So if you want to do the programming of KNX device, please use ETS. No matter it's ETS 5 or ETS 3, everything, just use ETS. And after you do all the programming for the relay, for the dimmer, after you make the programming for all of it, okay, and download this. Download it. Click here. Download all the data to the device. And you have tests. All of them can work. Then go to our studio. The same step. First of all, go to the basic page. Select MQTT, select Barring Server, and apply secret key, and bind the gateway. This step is to make the source panel online. So now the connection of gateway and cloud is online now. Means you will be able to upload data to OnPro. And then click Functions. Click Add KNX function. And now this function, for example, let me use the relay as an example. Channel 1 control. This function name is Channel 1 control. Channel 1 control. Control. And the area is, I want it to put in my living room, and the lighting type is switch, just turn on and turn off it. Okay, then I just click split. Or I can select single. If I select single, then this is group address to open it. So let's see, the group address is 110, and for feedback is 211. Okay, and enter it here, 110, and for status is 2 1, 1, and click add. So now I have added a function successfully. Let's see. I think it's here. Okay, so that's how to use the KNX device. So I'm here to emphasize again for all other devices like the relay dimmer and everything. If it's KNX device, so you can only programming it in KNX programming software ETS. After you program it, if you are very familiar with KNX system, you will see each channel will have a group address, and then just go to our studio software. Just click the basic setting, make it online, and then go to add function, add KNX function. And if you add the shading and everything here, or you can click split, so it's on and off, stop, and enter the group address here. Then click add. It will add successfully. So just match the group address in the ETS software, then it will be able to control them. After you add all the devices you want in KNX and then click upload, it will be upload to OnPro, and then go back to the very first step. Just go to source panel and go to this page to scan the QR code. See, just go to here to scan the QR code, and it will be bound successfully. So if you have a project which has Zigbee, Bus Pro, and KNX device, then just go to here to add the KNX function, add Bus Pro function. It's the same. So am I clear about this part? Is there any friends are using in this meeting room, do we have someone is using KNX system, and do you have questions about this part? Because for KNX is frequently asked. For Zigbee, I saw, let me check. Okay, Karen, you know how to use Studio app in mobile phone, right? Just go to your, let me check. No, and oh, they are not here. And for people who are using Zigbee system, in here I already upload the project to bind it, and then you will know everything. Here it's about Zigbee gateway. You can check here. I have taken a video. Yeah, in Zigbee it's different. Let's take a look at this video. If you have Zigbee device at hand, go to the Studio app in mobile phone, Studio app in mobile phone, and connect your. The link is here. Can you guys see? I have sent 3 times. Here. This is the link. In this link, I have uploaded yesterday's BSA system and source panel here, and Studio. Please check it here, and make them in the same, connect them in the same network, and then you can find the gateway, then bind it. When bind successfully, then can work. So that's all about the commissioning. And if you are using KNX system, then I think you are very familiar with the configuration in ETS. And then just go to make the gateway online here. Select MQTT, barring server, apply secret key, and master. Bind the gateway, make it online. And then add the function one by one. And click save. And then upload. And for the core function, because if I use Teams, I turn on. Let's watch the video together, but you cannot hear my voice because I don't know why Teams cannot broadcast. You can see for the core function video about. Let's see this, just a video, and I already upload to this link. Through this link in the chat box, you can
Same
get
network,
the videos.
so can call each other. Can see.
See,
One, I connect it with
this
the
is the
Bus
Bus
Pro
Pro
Power
Power
interface.
interface.
In normal situation, you can use this as a gateway, so other devices can through this port. It is the same with the Bus Pro port, and then connect other devices like our relay, our dimmer, and so on to this, to use this as a gateway, and this is the Ethernet cable. Our Zigbee gateway, Zigbee. How to go to home management, just drag it down.
And
Okay, again, bind the same project.
just bind the same
Can see
project.
bind it successfully. Now,
The
you
two
can
panel
see
bind the same
these
project.
two panels
You can see the same project. Two panel bind the same project.
are bound with the same project. So now, it can control the same project. And go to call. As these two panels are in the same network.
Because these panels are in the same network, because you can see here my router. These two panels are connected to the same network.
So can call each other. Can see.
Okay, see, can call each other.
Hi. So this is how to make a phone call. Just need to connect them in the same network. It will disappear.
And you can see because these are the name of the source panel. And if you want to change this name, just drag down, go to the setting page and go to about to change the name. So for example, if this panel is in living room, then just add it in living room, and that's how to make a phone call. And this is the function of making phone call. Yeah, so that's all about our source panel. Do you have some questions? If it's about the programming, you can feel free to tell me. I can show in detail as well. About function, you can also ask me. Yeah, only two language. Currently, only just English and Chinese. If you want new language, please contact the sales and it will give you language package. But because maybe you have to translate it and give it to us, we can help you deploy in the source panel. Okay. This panel is easy, right? Just to use it as a, and because if you are, please take a review of all the things I have shared today. And yesterday, my friend, you asked about if BESS can work with GraphView. The answer is currently no. They say next year, maybe at the third quarter it will release, but currently cannot work with GraphView. Oh, sorry, currently no. Currently no. Thank you for your suggestion. I will feedback. Currently no. Okay. And sorry, I don't remember who asked about this 100 volts and the 200 option. It is also in next year. This about BESS, if you want to 110 volts, this will be released in next year. But because it's still in testing, so I don't know when will it release, and the product manager haven't given me an exact answer, so I just know in next year. And about how use it with GraphView will be in next year. All documentation about source 7 panel is in this link. Please open this link and then you can see in here. All the training of these 3 days, all the training material in these 3 days, I already upload to this link. And I have put it in the chat box. Please mark down this link and click open. You can see now. Let me open it, then you will see. You can see in this link, source panel material already in here.